City Mayor Eric Adams is in Lower Manhattan right now. That's ahead of his arraignment happening in less than an hour and a half from now.
Yeah, and a reminder in all of this, if Adams were to resign, he would be immediately replaced by Jumaane Williams, the city's public advocate, and we just caught up with Jumaane Williams right outside City Hall.
The indictment is a very painful read, and it's up to the federal government to prove their case. It's up to the mayor to separately, whether talk about innocence or guilt. And to be honest, presumption of innocence doesn't stop depending who is charged. So that's a real important thing. But separately, the question of whether you can adequately govern the city, given the way that was going on.
So joining us right now to talk more about what's unfolding right now in Lower Manhattan is ABC News senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky. Aaron, we heard Williams talking about, can he still manage the city? That's the big question I'm sure you're hearing from a lot of people.
The big question, of course, is what is the mayor's future, Pedro? And he says continuously that he is not going anywhere, that he is going to fight these charges. His attorney says that federal prosecutors made up a story just so they could tell a tale of corruption. But what a tale the indictment tells, a fulsome story of alleged bribery and lies and cover-ups by not only the sitting mayor, but stretching back nearly 10 years to his time as Brooklyn Borough president, when prosecutors portray a ceaseless pursuit of foreign campaign donations to fund a political life and a life far different than the one he grew up in on the city streets of Brownsville, portraying him as this sort of globe-trotting luxury travel type businessman staying in high-end hotel suites, going first class, business class to Turkey, where he solicited yet more donations, according to prosecutors. So the mayor is pondering all of that. He entered the courthouse just a short while ago, becoming the very first mayor of New York to set foot in a courthouse as a criminal defendant.
Aaron, you heard Jumaane Williams. He's not calling for the mayor to resign, but he is wondering, questioning, can he continue the work of a mayor? But he's got a lot of other people who are calling for him to step down. And then you have Governor Hochul, who has the power to remove him. What are your thoughts on her stance on that? And what could happen? Could she make such a historic decision?
She certainly has that power. It's a little convoluted and complicated, and undoubtedly would not be without controversy. So she says she's going to assess the situation over the next couple of days. She's making no immediate moves. And she does, like Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, like Chuck Schumer, the Senate Majority Leader, all saying that there is a presumption of innocence. So for now, the mayor does have a little bit of cover. He has the support of Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, the Attorney General, even the governor for now. By and large, the ones calling for the mayor's resignation, at least on an official basis, could be considered some of his natural political opponents. So the mayor is going to try and stick it out for as long as he can. And he talked about himself in the third person, didn't he, Charlene, when he said, who's at the center of running the city? Eric Adams. So he can't, at the moment anyway, envision the city going on without him.
So, Aaron, you watched the mayor walk into the courthouse a couple hours ago. Refresh us on what's happening right now. What's the process, and what is the next big thing that we're watching for?
I was struck, Danny, when he walked into court flashing his usual thumbs up, but at one point, just as he was about to go through the gold doors there, he still had the thumbs up, but he looked down, and there was this glum expression on his face because it's a new reality once you walk through those doors as a criminal defendant. Upstairs, he's going to be processed, which means fingerprints, likely means a mugshot as well, even though it won't be released under the federal system. Then he has to be interviewed by probation. That's where they'll get a whole look about his finances, all of his entanglements politically, business. They're going to want to know his relatives, a real history. That takes about an hour and a half. And then at high noon, he's due to appear before a federal magistrate where he'll enter a not guilty plea to the 5-count indictment.
And after that, apparently he still has a public schedule to follow, Aaron. So, of course, we're going to continue to watch this very closely. We thank you for your report. Aaron Katersky reporting live from Lower Manhattan. Thank you.